One, two. What's going on? What's going on, Natalie?
Hey, everything cool on my end. Well, it could
Everything
be
cool?
cooler, but it's been so hot. I went out today and I was just like dying.
Oh man.
The heat
How,
was
how how was your weekend?
um I worked all weekend. I was supposed to go to this party. One of my clients had a birthday party, and I swear when I RSVP'd and I checked the address, I thought it was like 34 minutes away. So here I am just lollygagging, trying to figure things out, trying to figure the outfit out. Get in the car like at 9 o'clock and put the address in my GPS. It said 54 minutes away. Yeah, I'm not
Bad
going.
Natalie.
I didn't
Bad
go.
Natalie.
I didn't go. And then my sister was supposed to go with me, and she said she wasn't feeling good, feeling up to it. So I was like, okay. I just didn't feel like doing a 2 hour round trip. I didn't.
Gotcha.
But I couldn't let, me being all dolled up go to waste. So I took myself out to dinner.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
And post no pictures on Facebook and everything like that?
No, I'm really not a picture person. I feel like pictures add like 20 pounds to me. Seriously, because I'm much slimmer than I look.
Gotcha. I understand, yeah, because you see my cheeks and stuff like that, all puffy and stuff. It is what it is, right? Hey, we live with
Yeah. Yeah. So I went to this place called the Village Tavern in
Mhm.
the shops of Pembroke Pines. I give it like 5 stars. The
Oh,
service
you
was
right up the street. You right up the street from me.
no, I'm not. I'm not up the street. I don't. I live in Davie.
No, where you were, Village
Hmm.
Tavern.
Oh, it's up the street from you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
because we live out west of 75 and stuff, all the way down.
Have you been there?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. You like it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there. Was it Brimstone?
yeah,
Brimstone is there, and a couple
yeah.
other shops is there. So yeah,
Look, a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So I just went out that way and sat down and ate, and then I went home.
okay. How's the
Mhm.
kids, the family?
Everybody's doing good. I have, I have. I don't know if you know this, but I have 4 kids,
Hmm.
3 girls and a boy, and they're doing good.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
my little one, the last one, it's her last year in high school, so
Oh, it's about that time.
a big empty nester. I
It's
can't
about
wait.
that time.
I can't wait.
Hello.
Hey, Brina.
Rita, what's up, girl?
Hey, I was coming.
Don't worry about it, girl. We here. We here. We were just talking about the weekend. To see how everybody was. Thank God everybody's alive and safe and you
Yes.
know, COVID free for now.
Well, I went to
What
the concert on Friday.
Oh, did
Oh,
you?
I need to move over some. Yes,
at Mills Pond or whatever?
yes. It
How
It
was
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 good.
it?
It was good. I stayed separated because they had, the big field and the stage, but from where I was sitting at, the stage was fine. I could see the stage.
mhm.
As long as I could hear the music, I was fine. So when you came, it's like where I was sitting at, it was a gate blocking me. On the other side of that gate is where everybody was sitting. So
Okay.
that's where everybody, posted up. That's where the stage was. So it was a gate blocking me, and it was only maybe like two elderly couples. They was together, a family, and they were sitting over there. So they had the same pretty much idea as me, not
Mhm.
Hmm.
trying to be around all those folks. So we sat there, and then behind me was a gate, and then it was the food trucks. So all I had to do was just, go out and go to the food trucks, and I was good. But the concert was good. The music is always good. Lil Mo came out. They started kind of late. Ruben Studdard started it out, and he sung some of his songs. So I don't know if he went over, and that's what made the delay. I didn't even get to see Tank, and I love his music.
Mm.
I don't like to be to any event to the end, so I left before.
That traffic, I know what you mean, girl. That traffic.
Yes, God. But when I was leaving, when me and my friend girl was leaving, I was like, oh my God. All the people, I said, I'm so glad I sat where I sat at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that was a lot of people. That was a lot of people. Some people said they had to park all the way to 19th Street, 15th, and walked. I was like, oh yeah, y'all good. They wouldn't. I wouldn't even care.
15.
Right, like they have the little side street, the dead end.
I know what 15th at from Mills Park. Like
so some people
were really serious.
Some people was able to walk through, but it's the parking. Because once inside there got filled up, they had like maybe 10 or 12 motorcycle cops, and of course, the cars and the dogs and stuff like that. So, but it was I love the events every time, because not one time do you ever hear about any incidents of anybody acting crazy or shooting or doing anything. It's never that when the city of Fort Lauderdale do that. I love it.
That's good. That's good. So who else? I heard about it, but who else?
Performing
an attraction.
Well, it was Ruben Studdard. Christopher.
Was Ashanti there?
No, Ashanti wasn't there. It was Maya, but I don't even know if she came, because Ruben Studdard, like I said, he started it off, and then Christopher Williams, and I was like, what did he sing? Like, but then when he started singing some of his old songs, I was like, oh, okay. So it was him, and then Lil Mo came out, and then it was supposed to be Maya, and then Tank was supposed to end it. But I don't know if Maya came.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't hear her, because after
Lil Mo put Tank last. Like, Tank should have been like one of the first ones.
Okay.
No, he should have been last, because he set it off. Like, he toned it out. Like, his music is perfect for endings. I love his music, because to be honest with you, Lil Mo did nothing. I don't even know if she even got new music, to be honest with you.
I can't remember what Lil Mo
she did. You remember the song that she did with Missy Elliott, Superwoman?
Yeah.
She came out on that with that beat. Da 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 da. She came out on that beat, and then she sung that, and another song that she did back in the days. And then she was singing other people's songs, like Before I Let Go and other people's songs. But that's it. That's like basically pretty much what she did. She didn't really like put on the show. And matter of fact, when she was going off, that's when I left. So I don't know. That's why I say I don't know if Maya came.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was good.
I would have been. It would have been interesting to see. I wish I would have stuck around to see if Maya was gonna come out, because again, to me, she's like Lil Mo. I haven't heard no new music.
Wow, I think I haven't heard Maya since, what is it, 2022 now? Since 2017, 18?
Maybe about
even longer than that. Yeah, 17, 16.
Now, I do follow her on Instagram. I happened to come across something that she had, but apparently, I don't know if she's living in the islands, but she's totally vegan, I guess, because she has a vegan wine. She has a vegan line that she sells online, and she like really on this healthy thing. So she been over in the islands a lot. So I don't know if she living over there or just, traveling. But as far as music, I haven't heard anything. But my friend girl, she's in the music industry. She said she heard something in Maya, but it was like an island. When she was mixing something, she was like, it sounded horrible.
Wow.
I was like, really? And she's an engineer, so
so no auto-tune, no nothing could fix that, huh?
I don't know. She was like, I don't know if it was the choice of the music or the beat. I don't know, because she said it's not like something that she used to her singing from back to what we.
Yeah, Maya's not. Yeah.
That's why. So I don't know.
I guess it is what it is.
Yes, some people go on a spiritual journey, but their spiritual journey be a little different from other folks sometimes.
So, question: out of you two, which one of y'all single?
I sing.
Single. No, which one of y'all is single?
Oh, sing. Oh, you single.
Single.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that too.
What made you ask that question?
Because the topic that I want to bring up is.
Well, I'm gonna say complicated. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna say complicated.
Complicated. Okay. What about you, Natalie? You don't want to answer?
I'm single.
Okay.
Single.
I like that.
I'm single.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Don't it feel so good?
I've been single for a while though. Like,
so you read that? Okay, so that look was what I thought it was, because I was like, it feel good, don't it? You was like, I feel you. So yeah, I can understand it may get lonely sometime, but are you ready to get out there to date?
I mean, so I'm single because I'm trying to accomplish some things, right? I go out.
Okay.
But I just
no one to just like, okay, it's time to, see what this could happen.
No, not yet. So I have this whole complex. I think I need to probably get some counseling, but when I was a single parent, and I was meeting guys, it was kind of like thrown around a lot. Like, what do you bring to the table and stuff like that. So I felt like I had to get myself together, which there was nothing wrong with me at the time. But, in this new age, you got to be bringing stuff to the table. So just building my business and some things that I want to accomplish.
That's what's up. Hey, I don't blame you.
Absolutely.
I don't blame you. No, the reason why I asked is because it's the topic that I definitely want to talk about, that we were, agreeing on, about that lady who went out of town. Well, the guy paid for everything. He went out of town, and he was expecting, hey, Shayna. So he was expecting some booty. Straight up, because I guess he paid hotel and airfare.
No, I don't know hotel. He was at, you didn't hear that man?
His house? Okay.
He was showering in my house, titties out, booty out.
Yeah. But so prior to that, he had been sending her money to help pay for her bills and stuff.
So I'm gonna say this on that. As a woman, y'all can agree or disagree, but I just feel like when you meet somebody, if you want to either get to know that person, you've been watching that person, you like they vibe, you kind of been, paying attention to them. Mm-hmm. Not in a lot of women face, don't kind of private, you pay attention.
Okay, Brina. Sorry to interrupt you. Backstory. He's in California. It's long distance, right?
Right.
So they never met each other until that time. So they've always been communicating via like telephone and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, same thing.
You can't really feel nobody vibe over the thing though.
Hey, some people get caught up in conversation. Some people get caught up in voice. Some people get caught up in looking at this FaceTime. It'd be crazy. You'll be surprised. So, but my thing is, if she been communicating with him like that, it's still the same thing as what I'm going to say. If y'all talk, y'all know how the conversation went. Like you said, he had already been sending her money, so y'all been talking back and forth. You knew what time it was. What you thought? What did you really think going out? If he's paying for a flight for you to come, it's a long distance relationship. So you ain't looking for nothing serious. What you thought you were gonna go out there and talk and see what the flowers look like, and I like your house, and one of his plants or something. I don't understand, what did she think was going to happen, or what did she think he was expecting?
See, for me, rule number one, I'm meeting somebody online, I'm not sending you money like that. I don't care.
First of all, I'm just not. I'm not with the flu dot. I'm not with the flu dot. I'm sorry.
I'm not comfortable sending you money like that. That's number one. Number two, if I am sending you money, okay, we vibed online or through FaceTime or Facebook or text or whatever the case may be, then okay, I'm sending you money. In this day and age, you already know what, as a man, you already know, hey, I'm giving you all this money, I'm giving you this and that. Hey, can you give me something as a thank you? That's what we're thinking about. Some men, not all men, I'm sorry, not all men, but that's what some men are thinking about. I'm going to fly you in and what? Just look at you?
So this is the problem with men. They need to make their expectations known. No one should have to guess about anything. You understand?
Yeah.
Regardless if you give me money, if you pay my bills, that's all. That is a gift. Yeah, I asked you, you sent it, But if he wanted to have sex with her, he should have made that plain and clear. Clearly, I mean, and in the video, she was saying that just because he did all of that doesn't mean that he's entitled to have sex with her. And I agree. Like as women, we do stuff all the time for men, right? We give ourselves, we give more than ourselves. We go get waxed, we do this, we do. They ain't never tell us to do that, but we do it. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that the lines of communication should have been better. Like she should have said, I may have sex with you, I may not have sex with you. He should have said, I'm flying you out there to have sex with you. That's my thing now with the dating thing. Yeah, we in 2022. Somebody said something as we in 2022. She should have expected that. And I'm pretty sure she expected that. But then she probably was testing that man to see how he really was. Like for me, I would test that nigga. Like, excuse my language, but you being all nice and you sending me money, paying my bills, telling me you gonna do this, whatever. Then when I get out there, you showing me a different side. So she probably was testing that man, because honestly, I would have tested his ass too. Because what are your true intentions?
Men don't play about their money. That's one thing. Men
do not play about his intentions.
But I'm gonna say this. I agree with everything that you said, Nat, but on the flip side of that, because I kind of like to look at it both ways. As far as the communication, being that they were already communicating via Facebook, text, or whatever, I'm sure they had each other phone number, FaceTiming. They have had plenty of conversations. True, she's not obligated to give him any sex. He was not obligated to fly her out. That was a conversation that was had. So when it comes to the lines of communication, if you're going to use that, I'm going to say they both were wrong, because I'm sure she knew what she was going out there for. Testing him or not, you shouldn't have never went. You shouldn't have never went, especially if the fact that he had been sending her money prior, before even going. So you already know it was never a problem as far as him helping you or doing anything for you. Man, he flew you out there. Because I'm like, that's why I'm not gonna do the flew out thing. Because if it was me and you telling me you want to fly me out, I'm gonna make sure we have that conversation, because me as a woman know what I will and will not do.
Correct.
So therefore, I'm going to get clarification on what we're doing before I even
get out there.
Book a flight. That's how you handle that. You don't put yourself in a situation. It comes to accountability for self.
I mean, they probably did have that conversation. We don't.
But I just feel like she shouldn't have never went. We don't really know the full backstory, but the communication should have been better, I think, on both parts. And I just feel like she shouldn't have went, because if she didn't know what it was and he did that, he felt like what it was. So whether they said it clear out, okay, when you get here, I'm hitting that. Whether they said it like that or not, she knew what it was.
Mm-hmm. What she should have did was she should have paid for her own flight, and she should have paid for her own place to stay instead of doing that. So that way it wouldn't be no expectations, you know.
No, she should have had that conversation on the phone before even doing anything, booking a flight
No,
or anything.
even if she should have had her money to get back home, because now she didn't. She didn't have any
Right.
money.
And
to get back
that's
home.
what she
That is
failed
true.
at right there.
Yeah, she should have had her own money, but if
Credit
you paid,
card, something.
it was already paid.
Right. Credit card, at least that limit to get back.
Yeah, at least some type of emergency funds, credit cards, something.
And you
if
know
you're going
what?
that far.
I've been seeing this happening a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of women don't even have the funds to even get back home. They go on these dates, they fly out of town. This been going on more than what we think. And they can't even get back home.
Mm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They gotta call family, friends. Oh, I'm stranded. This is no. No.
That's where you have to take
No.
accountability for self
No.
at that point.
Mm-mm. I'm not going nowhere where I gotta call back home and ask somebody to get me home.
Mm-hmm.
That just don't make no sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Because you don't know nobody else's financial situation either.
True.
You know what I mean? You may call back and somebody might say, "Baby, I just paid all my bills. I really don't have it." Then what?
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
The first thing somebody gonna
Everything
ask
has
you,
doctor.
how
Everything
you
has
got
doctor.
there? How did you get there? And then when you tell them how you got there, they're gonna be like, "So wait a minute. So you got on this nigga paid for a flight for you. You went. Now he mad because you ain't get him no ass, and now he's sending you back. He taking you back to the airport. Wait around trip.
Yeah. It seems like it was that's true
Wait
too.
around trip. Why you even wait around trip? But
Or it probably was
always
around
have backup money.
It probably was a round trip, but he sent her back early.
early,
Right.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But you never go anywhere empty-handed, depending on a nigga that you just met online. You're going to see him face to face, physically in the flesh for the first time. You're depending on him.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem.
Everyone, I bet you, all of us been on blind dates where we were on the phone with the guy or the girl. I was like, oh man, she's so good. Oh man, oh yeah, I'm ready to, this and that. And then as soon as you meet, the vibe is not there.
Yeah.
Everything like, oh damn.
That's why I was reverting back to what I was saying to Nat about some people get caught up in a voice. Some people get caught up in a person look. It happens.
That is not there anymore.
It happens.
And then you got to know yourself too, because I know that if I was in a situation like that, I know how I am when I'm like, I could be all buddy with you and talking and laughing, but when I'm in person, like I have a standoff demeanor, like because I don't know you, like we just been talking on the phone. The phone and actually in person with somebody is totally different. So it take me time to warm up. So I try to tell people, look, this is how I am, so it's just how I am. So I try to forewarn people. So don't get mad because I told you how I am. Because don't be expecting something different. This is how I am when I meet people. Sorry.
And I don't care. I don't care or let's say if a woman sent for me. I don't care. I'm not, like you said, Natty. I'm still going to be on that guard. Like, hey.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
Thank you, but
because guess what? Some women do send for men too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
A lot.
Oh yeah. But I'm a firm believer in when it comes to relationships and when you are dealing with somebody or dating somebody, you have to meet somebody and get with somebody that match your vibe.
Yeah.
That's hard.
If they don't match your vibe, you have some people that just coexist.
Right.
They okay with, they just coexist. They okay
even
with
in relationships and marriages right now. Some people just
coexist. It's like
they living together and just coexisting.
It's like no communication going on,
no chemistry, no nothing.
Right, but you feeding off of each other. They doing things for a show. Oh, I do this, I do that. That's why I said mine was complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I was dating a guy, and I found, you know, as a woman, you know, if you trying to spend time with a person, you know, I'm the type of person, I pay attention to a man, period. I pay attention, period, to people. If I can't get your vibe, I'm a speed
Right.
moving. But you took so long, you pursued me for so long, and then finally, when I give you that chance, the vibe was there, the conversation was there. So honesty and communication is number uno for me. I'm probably the realest person a nigga ever meet. They probably get offended because I be so real, but that's the only way I can be. I don't want no black and white, no misunderstanding. I like clarity. So, but when you meet somebody and if I'm trying to spend time with you, but I'm getting an excuse, and a woman and I see, okay, every time I ask you, let's do this, let's do that, it's a problem. Someone else is involved.
Of course.
So either your time, so if you're not doing it with me, clearly you're doing it with someone else. So I can't prove that. All I can do is go off, talk shit, you know, cuss you out, which is what I was doing. Mm-hmm. But your gut as a woman don't steer you wrong.
No.
When you feel a certain way, and if your actions are not lining up with your words, it's a problem. And me, the type of person, when I'm coming to you, I'm presenting to you, I'm coming to you with the facts. So if I come to you and I ask you a question, I already know the answer. I'm expecting you, I'm giving you the opportunity to tell me the truth or whatever the situation may be. Mm-hmm. That's where the communication part comes in at. But then when it's presented to your face, it's too many excuses, and now it's a problem. Now you're bringing a problem to me. So when I cut it off, the problem that I knew that you had, clearly seeing somebody else, now they're invading their self in my life. Now you want to know who I am. Now you're digging into my life, like personal life, background life. What you want? What you looking for?
Right.
Once I found out about that, I cut it off. But then at that moment, that's when I realized it was nothing for me to say. He was expecting a call. Oh, who that was? Wow, I'm not going to do that, because now everything that I was saying to you is now being presented to me. There's nothing for me to say. I'm done.
How long did he pursue you before you gave him a chance?
A year.
And then after he got you, how long did that end? How long did that last? I'm sorry.
It's been 7 years.
Oh, wow.
But understand me, at that moment when I seen it for myself, when I seen him with the lady, and I left it like that, I seen it, I videoed.
Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah. Y'all gonna die. Y'all gonna die. Me and my girls, we sitting down. My girls who invited me, now, mind you, this was my first time ever going. It was to Jazz in the Garden, 2017. Never went. Just so happened, my friend girl say, hey, you want to go to the Sunday show? My daughter, she not going to go. So she said, if you want to go, you can have the ticket. Oh, you know what? Sure. Mind you, I took off the weekend for the Jazz in the Garden. He didn't know that. So he had not said anything to me about Jazz in the Garden. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if he was going. So he came and got me. Let's see, that Thursday. And he brought me home that Friday. So he had not said nothing. So I just threw it out there to him just to see if he paying attention. I said, hey, babe, can you cook dinner for me on Sunday? He said, oh, I'm not going to be home, Shawty. I said, well, you're not going to be home? What you mean? Where you going? He said, oh, I'm going to the Jazz in the Garden. I said, oh, who the lineup? Oh, I don't know. I'm just going, I'm just going like he's just going to get out the house. I was like, oh, okay. He ain't saying nothing to me, So, boom. I see on Facebook that the Saturday show, mind you, I was just with you Thursday. I see the Saturday show on the Facebook. I'm like, oh, I hear all these women in the background and stuff, but I can't say they're with him. Okay, but long story short, it was just basically men have to realize when they're dealing with other people and they meet other people, you have to make sure you being upfront. But even when you can be upfront with a person, like I said, the person that I call him with, they invaded themselves in my life. I started getting phone calls on my phone. You know, not saying nothing, just playing on the phone. And I never got calls like that, you know. So then, and I'm like, it was just weird. And then I'm on Facebook, and I noticed, you know, Facebook done changed so much. It had where even if you're not friends with the person, I guess they had an option where you can follow. You can follow a person and don't have to be friends with them. So it's like, I guess you can see whatever in their news feed. So I noticed that I got a notification. So I'm like, okay, I don't know who this person is. So I'm looking. And then I'm doing some investigation on my own with him. Then boom, I found out the person's name.
Ooh.
Then it made sense. So you're following me on my social media. So now I'm doing my own investigation. So now when I'm on their Facebook, I can see a whole lot of stuff. I'm not friends with them. So I go and look it up on somebody else's Facebook. I can barely see anything. That's when I know, okay, they following me. They really following me. But what are you looking for? It trust me, right now to the day, it's still an issue. I don't have to do nothing, but I have done something, but I don't have to do nothing. It's like some women have to pick up their self-esteem. Some women have to know who you are as a woman.
Yeah.
Not when you're dealing with a man, I had nothing to do with that. Once I cut it off, I cut it off. But what I did realize with him, that's when I realized he had an emotional attachment to me. When a person has an emotional attachment to you, it's a real problem. So once I realized that, because I cut it off, there was no need for me to have a conversation. And one thing about me, when I'm done with a person, I'm done. That's it. The only person that ever got a chance was my husband. I only been married one time.
Okay.
So then it came to a point he still was started pursuing, and I will always say, you know, do you want to be with other people? That's no problem. Don't involve me in that, because then you act crazy and say I'm crazy for coming at you. But then look what I see. Oh, we just friends. I said, I see you like to use that card. Men love to throw. Oh, we just friends. Well, what is friends? Explain to me what's what. Winchell, explain, sweetheart.
What's that?
What do you men consider friends with benefits?
It depends.
There's different meanings. There's different meanings. One could be,
but every man has a different preference, though.
Yeah, and it is different meanings.
When it comes to friends with benefits, it's a different.
Some women know. If you're in a relationship, some women know and don't care and still want you, and still want to be your friend, but still want to get.
Okay, so when you say friends with benefit, because I'm gonna a man just like a man is gonna say, well, what's the benefit of me dealing with you? What is the benefit of me dealing with you? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I don't get that, but they throw the friend card around a lot. I feel like just like I told him, sweetheart, you call me too much. You call me too frequently. To me, friends is, hey, how you doing, shawty? I ain't heard from you in a while. How you doing? How the kids doing? How you been? You know, what you doing this weekend? You want to get together? Whoop, whoop. We do what we do. Then I'll hear from you, or I may call you a couple of months down the line. Not no 2-3 nights out the week.
That's what I was saying. Some men are different. Like I dealt with somebody and for a long time, and we were just friends, and I got benefits out of it. But I literally would only talk to him when I reached out to him. But you have your friend that wanted to talk to you, you know, before y'all did y'all thing. So different men have different preferences.
Well, no, the thing is that when it's like every time he approached me, I would not have ever thought that he was trying to talk to me, because how he did it was kind of crazy, because he used to hang with this guy. And my best friend just so happened they knew each other before we even knew each other.
Mm.
So it's like he would always try to put me on this guy. I'm like, my friend want to holler at you or whatever, whatever. And I'm like, why you keep trying to set me up with this old ass man? I don't even know this man. Like, why you? But so I would have never known that it was him.
Okay.
So, you know, he every time he approached me, I didn't take him serious. Well, when he did, so one day it was an Eastern Star party and we went to it and he came to me. And this is where I feel like when you are dealing with a person that you can see and you can get with face to face, I just feel like it's no in between. It's either you want to get with them to get to know them and see where it can go, or you want to fuck. There's just no in between. It's either you want to get to know me and see what's up, or we just gonna do what we do and keep it moving. It's no in between on that.
So do you say that in the beginning? Like when you get in?
Oh, I always let it be known. Like, what are you looking for? Are you trying to get to know me, or are you trying to get you some ass?
So
I know that's right.
What else is there to beat around the bush to say? I mean,
so why don't you tell them what your expectations are?
Huh?
I said, why don't you tell them what your expectations are?
I always do. That's like with him. So when I finally did give him the chance, we talked on the phone. You know, we had conversations. I asked questions like, you know, what you like to do, what are you looking for? You know, he has his own business. You know, I was working at the time. You know, one thing about me, I don't talk to a dude for money. I've never did that, because for one, I've never had a dude to take care of me. I've been on my own since I was 17. So, you know, I'm not saying that I'm too independent. I would love for that, but I just never had that. Now, if I need something, yes, but I don't just every week I'm looking for you to give me $2,000, $200, $500. Now, if you're doing that, I appreciate that. But I don't just be asking for money.
Right.
You have some men, I've met men that feel like if you asking them for $20, $40, $60 every week or every other week or whatever, that's a problem to them. But then you have some men that have no problem with you straight, you good, you know, they're going to make sure you're right.
I got you. All right. So next question is for all I know all three of you ladies are independent.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you love it. You love the lifestyle.
I don't want to be.
As far as being submissive, this is one of the biggest debates within the past 5 years. A lot of women are basically making more money than men sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right now, actually, I think 60% of the women are making more money than men, which is beautiful. You know, equality is there now, but some women now take it to the head. They're thinking they're better than men. They don't give a damn, and don't want to be submissive. How do you ladies feel about that?
I don't necessarily think that women think they're better than men. I had a conversation in my salon, and I asked the young guy. We were on this whole 50-50 thing, and he said that he doesn't think that it's fair for a man to have to pay all the bills. So I said, well, I have my business set of bills, I have my home set of bills, and I have my children to take care of, plus a car note, insurance, and all of that. I said, do you think it's fair for me to have to do all of that? And when I tell you the silence that just rolled out, like the silence was so loud.
A pin drop.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just like, how do you expect women want to be, I don't care what no women say.
You want to be taken care of. I'm telling you.
Submissive to her man.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be submissive to anybody.
I don't blame you.
If they can't come in and help unload what I carry already. My burden, my burden is so heavy right now. I'm not going to entertain nobody that can't help me step off of what I'm doing. I'm tired. Okay? I will follow a man, but he got to be a man like that.
You got to be a real leader.
You got to be a leader. Half of these men out here,
They looking for somewhere to stay. They looking to freeload. They looking for you to buy them.
They looking to lay their head. And you have some women opening their arms doing it. That's why a lot of these men, they don't, if they never experience it, they get a taste of it.
It's a difference in falling off because of financial reasons, because something happened in your life and you're trying to pick back up the pieces. That it's a difference in a man going through that versus just a man just ain't doing shit. And think that he gonna come in on what you got going on and gonna just, you get what I'm saying? It's a difference, and they need to know that. I don't want a roommate.
I'm gonna tell you, I
don't need a roommate.
I have experienced that submissive role as the woman when I was married to my husband. When I was married to my son, dad, where he was working at and where I was working, I didn't know that I was making more money than him. So we were dating, and he was at my house one day and he showed me his paychecks. Now, when he showed me his paychecks and I was looking and I'm like, are you a supervisor at your store? And he said, no. I said, are you a store manager or like what you just a worker there, a cashier there, whatever? It was a check cashing store. So, but it was a family owned check cashing store. His brother-in-law owned it. So you can say he had roles as a store manager. Right. He was making the drops, going to the bank, doing everything, opening the store, closing the store. He gonna go off and do what he want to do and come back whenever he was there. So when I found that out, it wasn't an issue to me because I wasn't with him for his money. So once we got serious and things got further, and then he moved in with me. Now, mind you, this is the first man I ever lived with. I've been married one time and I've only lived with one man. I'm just particular about who I be with like that. I don't just live with anybody. But so we lived together, and then I found out some things. So once we started living together, finances are now going to be together. Mind you, he had children in Jamaica that he left that were young. So he was already, before I met him, he was already sending them money. So at one point, once he was with me and you're paying bills now in my house, I let him know what my bills was, because he was renting a room from a lady that he knew that he was really close from, but he can always go back to her. So when he decided to be a part of my household, he contributed. So that wasn't an issue. Now, fast forward, we got married. He was still working at the same job. So I was working at the same job. So, when I needed money to pay for him to chip in for the bills, he had no problem doing that. And he was still carrying his own. At least that's what I thought. Then I started to see him sending money to Jamaica to his kid's mother, the children's mother. That was a problem to me. So because I am a communicator, I presented that to him, and I asked him, because at that time his children were old enough to receive the money themselves. So it didn't have to go through the mother. So I presented it to him, and he told me, it's for the kids and this and the third and whatever. So I just basically told him, I said, listen, when you taking money out of our household, you must have a conversation with me. I don't have a problem with you sending anything to your children. I want to make sure you do that for your children. But when it comes to their mother and they're coming and asking you for something, I need you to at least run that by me. Let us have a discussion. You understand what I'm saying? Just out of respect. Not saying I'm going to say no, because I don't know them, but that's just out of respect. And they know you're married now. So now time goes on. Things started changing. I'm paying attention. Then I'm still finding receipts. He's sending money still. And it's in the parents' name. I find some in the kids, some in the mom name. So I'm like, okay. So where I was wrong is I shut down because I got angry.
All right.
Because I've had this conversation with you. Now it's being a problem. Now you're sneaking. So what I did was when I got paid, I paid my bills, what I need to pay, you pay what you need to pay, and that's it. So I basically did what I wanted to do with my money.
There you go.
Problem. So when I started trying to communicate with him and finding out things, just little certain things started coming up. So we separated. When we separated, I went to my bishop and I had a conversation. And I told him what happened. And he told me basically I had all rights to walk away because my husband committed adultery, not me. But it was up to me if I was going to forgive him and stay. So I said, okay. So I knew I had a lot of thinking to do, a lot of praying to do. I had a lot of anger, a lot of hurt because I had found out a lot of things. And, you know, so much time had done went past. So one day I was at church and another young lady was talking to one of the other pastors. And she was going through something with her husband and she was telling him what was going on. And he said to her, he said something to her and she said to me, she said, Miss Sabrina, you heard that? And I said, excuse me? She said, you heard what the pastor said? I said, well, I'm not really listening to y'all conversation. I don't know really what he said. So she told him, you know, so he said, I told him the situation, whatever. And he said, well, you do know, he said, even though you were separated from your husband, he said, you do know that if that man come a knocking, you must answer. And I stepped back and I was like, who? In the front of the sanctuary, like, who say that? What? So he said, hold on now. He said, he telling me about the Bible and all. I say, baby, listen. I said, I understand what you're saying. It was hard for me to accept that because he committed adultery. He went outside of the marriage. So he's okay to go outside of the marriage, doing whatever he's doing. But because I'm his wife, if he comes and wants something, I'm supposed to just be like, okay, no problem. So I've been on it on that end. Is the mic on or off?
No, we hearing you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
We hearing you.
So I've been on it on that end as far as submissive and the end of making more money than my husband. Even though I was making more money than him, he did pull his weight before it got to the point where we kind of got off from the same page. But I never held that against him. I never threw that in his face. The fact that, you know, and I knew that I made more money than him. It's just that once he started doing the side tracking and doing other things, when I found the receipts of him sending money, that just made me started thinking other ways. So with me, I mean, if a man can't understand what I have going on, this is my income, this is what I do. It's about being together. It's about building together.
That's right.
It's about building together. So I don't see why it matters of who makes more money. Now, when it comes to being disrespectful because a woman makes more money than the man, I've seen it where I know people personally, they made more money than the dude that they was going with. And the man, he played his part. He always made sure he came when he got paid. He made sure he came to her and be like, okay, what need to be paid, blah, 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 whatever. If his check was short, you know, I think he was in construction or roofing. So, you know, with the weather we live in here in Florida, it could be up and down. So when it's that rainy season, they can't work. So, but he did other things. He wasn't no lazy person. He did his part as a man, keeping the house. And she belittled that man. Horrible.
I've been there.
I'm like,
I've been
how can you? I mean, he's not giving you no money. He's bringing you the money that he has. He's coming to you, asking you what needs to be paid, what you need, what we need to take care of. He may not be bringing a lot, but he bringing something. That's what he has right now, but that's what he can get right now.
Right.
That don't mean that he can't get something later. But this is what's working for him for now. So why are you? What's the problem? Like, what is he doing wrong? So wrong. She really didn't have no complaint.
Maybe that just wasn't her idea of what she wanted her man to do. You know, sometimes we have women that have ideas of they want their man to be in a suit and tie or
okay, find that man, or you know, you have to build each other up.
Right, but a lot of times,
but you have some people, man, that should. I mean, it's kind of both ways on that. But if you with him and you've been with him, and he's not living up to your expectations, then just go ahead and just be honest and let that go. I've said that to her plenty of times.
Yeah, but a lot of times people one either get comfortable in their situation and they like to complain now, or two, they don't know what they want. See, that's the thing. Like, people need to know what they want, so that their situation can be better. And the only way that you're gonna know what you want is, one, by knowing yourself, and two, some of these people need to get counseling, because counseling will help you understand why you do the things that you do. And that's bottom line to it. Like, we out here saying what we want, then we get what we want, we miserable, then we try to throw that away because that's what we thought we wanted. Then we find some other ideal of what we want. We throw that. It just boils down to what it is that you want. That's it.
Absolutely. That's why you have to definitely be upfront. But I had a friend of mine that said to me that, you know, when you as a woman, like you asked me earlier, did I let my expectations be known to my friend? Of course, absolutely. Anybody I deal with. But he was saying, as a man, from his perspective, some men can take that offensive.
What, a woman making more money?
No. About letting it be known, you know, up front, like what you're looking for. He said some men can take that as, hold on, wait a minute, we just starting, you know. Like, if I'm saying, what is it that you're looking for?
Yeah,
you know,
I think
sometimes it all depends on who it is.
Yeah, right. That's right. He was giving me his perspective on it, but he was saying, like, he would take it offensive. I said, but why would you take it offensive when a woman is just being straight up? Like, if I'm asking you, what is it that you want? He
will only take it offensive if he doesn't know what he wants, or he's not looking for the same things you're looking for. And I say this from experience, because I had somebody come at me and say, are you single? Are you ready to get married? Would you relocate? Would you? And immediately
they asked you all that in one breath?
Yes. And I told him, listen, that he was being too aggressive and that he shouldn't be asking me that up front. And the reason why I told him that is because I wasn't in the place that he was in the place. He's ready to settle down. He's ready to get married. He's ready. So you ask questions like that when you know what you want, and when you are in a certain stage in your life, that you ain't playing no games. And that's exactly, and see, when you, the man saying that's offensive, it's because either he's not where you're at as far as wanting a relationship, or he just trying to hit it and quit it.
No, well, he's actually married, but he was just saying, like, some men.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, like, you know, men in general. If that scares a man away, or he's coming off like that, it's just because he's not in the same headspace as you.
So, let me ask you, when the gentleman asked you that, you did get offended, you felt like he was very aggressive. Well, in that aspect, I will agree, because I mean, if we just, you know, we meeting, and that's not a discussion that we've had, all of that, even though he's settled and he knows what he wants, there's nothing wrong with that. But I just think that was too soon to ask that like that. So yes, I would have taken that aggressive, but
Well, some men are upfront,
They
just
are
like women.
Okay with being upfront, but
women
like,
are front too because
yeah,
when you,
I'm upfront.
when-
All I'm asking upfront is, what is it that you want?
and if
What
they
are you
can't
looking
answer
for?
that, if they can't answer that, you know what you want, and they can't answer that, that's not for you. A lot
There
of
you go.
times we do not pay attention to the red flags.
There you go. You
You
settle.
don't.
You settle. You
You
can't
don't.
settle. You know what you want. You know what you will and will not accept. Don't lower your standards for nothing. That's men and women. I'm on both sides with that.
Mhm.
But it's not
Some men
even,
don't know what they want. Some men do. Some women know what they want. Some women will accept, like you said earlier, Winchell. They be okay with what a dude got going on. If they married, if they got an old lady, they don't care. They're just about getting what they want. It's people out there for those type of people.
That's true. Yeah.
yeah. And sometimes it's not even about settling. It's just about being in an emotional state at that point. Like you're excited. Oh, look at the way he talked, look at the way he dressed. And so you're not paying attention to the things that you need to pay attention because you're emotionally invested into it. Then 2-3 years down the line, like I was just talking to my ex and he's married. He's been married for 4 years. He calls me telling me he about to get a divorce. And I'm like, oh, okay. As I'm talking to him, he just need to blow off some steam, right? They've been married for 4 years. He said she's a chain smoker. I said, now wait a minute. Was she smoking when you met her? He said, yeah, but not like that. She was always smoking like that.
Mm.
Exactly.
You were just so caught up in whatever you was caught up in, you couldn't realize that. Then he said something. He said something else. I said, well, was she doing that when y'all got married? But yeah, but listen.
They make excuses.
He missed all the red flags because he was emotionally invested in her, and instead of paying attention to those things, you know, oh, it was about the Bible. He was upset about her always throwing scriptures and reading the Bible. I said, well, was she trying to get to know God when y'all got married? And he was like, yeah, but it's always been like that. People just don't pay attention anymore. I was and go back to your what I was saying to you, Brina, about how the guy was saying you was being too aggressive, right? So you can soften men up a little bit because what I do is I come at men in like a friend type of vibe. And I remember I was outside and I was just vibing with this guy. And we was vibing so good, I got him to tell me everything, all the questions that I need to know. He was married.
Damn.
He did in a friendly way because it's like, oh, great. So I want to be married. He's been married twice. He said he didn't want to get married. I wanted to have more kids. He said he didn't want to have no more kids. And it was some other questions that I got to ease in or whatever. So at that point, I got everything that I needed to know whether or not I wanted to move forward with this guy.
Out of a simple conversation.
Not being too aggressive, just being friendly, laughing. And this is how women need to do it. If you want to know something, you can know it. But if you're being serious, like trying to be in a serious relationship, men are only going to tell you, some men are only going to tell you what you want to hear.
What you want to hear.
To get what they want.
Well, when I'm talking to a guy like that, I'm not coming aggressive when I'm saying it. But a lot of people that know me, they feel like that I'm mean. Like, I don't know why, but I don't know why they think I'm mean because.
But see, here's the thing. You shouldn't change for nobody. So if you're talking in a non-aggressive way and he feels that way, say, hey, I'm sorry, but this
right.
is how
I've done that. I know how to, because I'm a communicator and I like clarity because I'm just too upfront. A lot of people tell me I'm too honest. Well, that's the only way I know how to be because I'm not with no bull. I ain't got time for the drama, no extra, no none of that. Just let me know what it is. And it's either I'm going to deal with it or not. It's simple. We're going to keep it moving.
Do you think your delivery could be a little softer?
Well, I do. I do. I've tried to come at him like that, but you know what it is. I'm not gonna lie. When you piss me off, this mouth will get red. One thing about it, I don't sugarcoat it now, but I am an adult. I am grown, so I have to know how to carry myself. I don't just go out and just curse somebody out. I don't just, I don't. When I wake up in the morning and these feet hit the ground, I'm thanking the Lord above for breathing life into me for me to be able to get up. It's not on my mind to be like, oh, I'm gonna piss so and so ass off today. Oh, I'm finna do. That's too much energy. That's too much negative energy. I don't like that. My mental state of mind is too important to me. I know how I am and I know how my attitude is. So I'm learning at almost 45 years old that I have to let certain things roll off my back. It's hard because for a while I had up a wall. I'm not gonna lie, but when I put that wall up, it's up. But I pay attention to. That's why I know if a person, when a guy approach you, you will know what he's trying to do off real. So, like you said, you have a conversation. You kind of get it out of them, like how you said. I've had conversations like that, and I've gotten what I needed to know. But with this one, the problem is the communication is horrible. A communicator and a non-communicator, it's not gonna work. They like to justify too much. They like to put the blame too much. I can count on all our hands and all the viewers' hands probably of all the things that I bring to him. And his one complaint is this. But I know how to tame that.
The mouth.
But your actions cause a reaction.
That's true. Have you tried counseling?
I go to my bishop, but I haven't been to him in a while. But I've been thinking about that, as you said. I have actually been thinking about that. But I pray a lot, and I just kind of meditate a lot. I write a journal a lot because
prayer is good and journaling is good, but sometimes it helps when you get a professional involved to help you understand why we react to some things. And going to your bishop is okay, but from my
that don't know her,
that don't know you. Exactly.
Yeah, somebody from the outside looking in that's not going to judge.
They're going to give you the honest. They're going to give you the honest, raw, uncut truth.
Yeah, and and sometimes people who know you, they judge you based on things that you've done in the past, right? You need somebody that's professional, and you need somebody that don't know you that would give you sound. And people frown on counseling. They don't really tell you how to live your life. They give you practical ways on doing things. And options, right? So, and I'm telling you from personal experience, and also me and my sister, we didn't have a good relationship. And when my dad had passed away, we both moved back here to Florida. And she was always digging in me about how I used to treat her. And I told her that I'm different, but she couldn't see that. And then we got into this huge argument, and I told her that if she doesn't get counseling, we won't be sisters. You understand? Because I've changed. I don't need nobody bringing my past back up. And I realized that I hurt her, obviously, because she kept bringing it up. She finally got counseling, and we have the best relationship now.
Thank God.
Thank God, right? And she would tell me how her sessions would go, and the guy's name was Elliot. Elliot would ask her questions like, "Well, why do you think you did that? Well, why do you think you reacted like that?" So it's like a dig, like they're just digging into things that you never asked yourself as to why you do these things. You understand what I'm saying? So,
well, I'm gonna be real honest with you. Because I like I said, I don't sugarcoat nothing, baby. That's what y'all gonna learn about me. I kind of know where it comes from. So what I do is when I am in my meditating mode and praying mode, and just today I was thinking about it. That's why I say it's so funny that you said if I thought about counseling, because I don't frown upon counseling at all. I don't, because you can have spiritual counseling, like you said. I go to spiritual guide. That's spiritual guidance that I get from Bishop.
Right.
But Bishop knows me personally. Like, I have a personal relationship with him. He don't know my whole life, but it's a personal relationship. But I think it's always good to get someone on the outside that's just looking in, because when I try to have conversations with people, I can agree to disagree with a lot of things. One thing about it, we can't tell a person how to feel. Don't tell me how to feel. Yes, I can react to it different, but at that moment, that's how I feel. If you are offended or it's a problem, I don't have a problem with apologizing. But when you have people that don't apologize to you, and then too, I don't accept an apology when it's not genuine. Because to me, it's not genuine if you continue to do it over and over and over again.
That's right.
I mean, it could be genuine. That person probably needs some counseling.
True, but a person, you have to take account. I'm firm believer accountability. And
getting counseling is being accountable. Like, hey, I know I have this problem, and I need to speak to somebody about it. That's taking on accountability.
Yeah, I mean that has definitely been that's something that's on my mind. So
that's great because
I'm like I said, trust me, I'm sure it can. I know it can do a lot of good, and for just period everything that I've been dealing with, it helps to talk.
Yeah, definitely.
It helps to talk. So trust me.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for tonight, y'all. Oh my gosh, some good stuff going on here.
So yes, tomorrow, hopefully we're gonna have some more good topics.
Okay, well, probably it's gonna be every Monday.
Every Monday.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be every Monday, so we definitely.
Sometimes we do include Wednesday. What we kind of like, we'll go over some things, and we probably say, okay, but we'll give y'all a heads up though if we decide.
Okay. Good talk. And Natalie, yeah, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything yet until we meet up. Lashane and I meet up with Natalie, but there's gonna be some big things. Some big things coming along. So look out for that.
Business for everybody involved.
Yeah.
I gonna love it. Trust me. I gonna love it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about it now and get that situated. And oh my gosh, yo, I'm talking about we're gonna have people live, just chilling.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, man. Let's do it next week again.
Yes.
See you guys next week.
I appreciate y'all.
All right.
Till next time.
Bye.
All right.
All right.